On first down, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. First down and more. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Second and 8 coming up. From midfield now, Lawrence. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. Still fighting. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On first and 10, it's Etienne. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. A handoff for Etienne. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we're first and 10 at the 11. They go play action now. Lawrence being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And he slides to avoid the hit. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll make it third down. They'll run with Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll run for it with Robinson, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Jags have taken the early lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Off the play fake, McCall. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
Looking to throw on second down. McCall. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
They'll run with Gibson. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Rolling to his right.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco.
There he goes left side. He's at the 30. 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass.
Yes.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means they're going to find someone to block them wiggly, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
21-0 our score after one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCall. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Gibson is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Gibson again. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. McCall. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. From the gun, McCall. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Allen Robinson. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
Extra point safely through. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Washington 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He's got his tight end, Anthony Firkser.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Let's go! Running out of the gun with ETN.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line.
Back to the ground with ETN.
A gain of 3 yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Raquel Armstead, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. McCall. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. McCall. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They go play action here on first down.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. They'll look to throw again. He's going to go up top for the end zone.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Dyami Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts this lead down to 13.
Washington 14.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Taken at the goal line.
Let's go! Let's go!
So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out of the locker room. We're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back upstate to Jacksonville. And Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
60 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. McCall. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. McCall. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around 30. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And the Jags are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
47.
Here's a give to Etienne.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne.
And some room to work. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Let's make these babies cry. Let's go back home, 61. Back squats. Ready?
Here's Etienne.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, McCall.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Back to throw. McCall. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Gibson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, McCall.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Operating from the gun, McCall. He'll check this one down to Michel.
Touchdown, Washington.
Sony Michel, his first touchdown on the year.
And Washington has made this a one-score game.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will shrink to 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Jimmy Moreland.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Gibson.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run with Gibson.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And now Washington a PAT away from taking the lead.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. They'll run. It's Etienne.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Hey, box drop, go. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence.
And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They go play action with Lawrence.
Again, he finds more. And some room to run now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On second down, Etienne once more.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Robinson.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
Well, Brendan, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Extra bulk up front for second and inches. 3 tight ends.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Lawrence on the sneak.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down.
Armstead will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, Michel. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They hand this one to Gronk. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Jaguars are right back in this football game.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for 2 and go for the win in that spot.
Yeah, time or no time, why not just take the 1 and even the score?
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you're going to onside kick or just try and play defense and get the ball back.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Hey, hey. You ain't going nowhere. Go. Oh, here we go. Oh. 52. Ready? Hey, seam 6. 5.
He's back to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Come on, QB, come on. Check 4. Hey, wahoo! Defense.
A handoff for Etienne.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He finds his man, complete. That's Moore. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Washington, they move